If you're over 60 or you love someone who is, listen to me very carefully for the next few seconds because what I'm about to share might completely change how your body feels when you wake up tomorrow morning. Imagine going to bed feeling stiff, achy, maybe a little heavy, and then waking up feeling lighter, looser, calmer, with less pain in your knees, hips, back, and even your shoulders. No gym, no sweating, no jumping, no complicated routines, just a few gentle movements you do right on your bed, inspired by Japanese elders who are known around the world for living longer, moving better, and staying independent well into their 80s and 90s. Most people think strength and health come from pushing harder, doing more, exhausting yourself, but in Japan, especially among older adults, they believe something very different. They believe the body heals, rebuilds, and stays young when you work with it, not against it, especially at night. And tonight, I'm going to walk you through exactly how that works. Now, let me ask you something honestly. How do you usually feel at night? Do your legs feel heavy? Does your lower back tighten up the moment you lie down? Do your shoulders creep up toward your ears without you even noticing? A lot of people over 60 tell me they dread bedtime, not because they don't want to sleep, but because their body won't let them relax. And here's the thing most people don't realize. Nighttime stiffness isn't just old age. It's often trapped tension, poor circulation, shallow breathing, and joints that haven't been gently reminded how to move the way they were designed to. Japanese elders understand this deeply. That's why they don't end the day by collapsing into bed. They end the day by restoring the body first. These bedtime movements are not exercises in the way you're probably thinking. They're more like conversations with your body, slow, intentional, calming movements that tell your nervous system, you're safe now, you can let go. And when your nervous system relaxes, something incredible happens. Blood flow improves, inflammation calms down, hormones like cortisol drop, and healing hormones like melatonin and growth hormone increase. That's when the real results show up. Better sleep, less pain, more energy the next day. And yes, over time, better balance, better posture, and even a flatter, more relaxed belly. I want you to picture a Japanese grandmother in her late 70s. She doesn't lift weights. She doesn't run on a treadmill, but she squats down to garden, stands back up without help, walks miles every day, and sleeps deeply at night. One of her secrets is what she does before bed. And tonight, I'm going to share that wisdom with you in a way you can do starting right now. So let's talk about the first movement. And as I describe it, imagine yourself already lying on your bed, lights dimmed, breathing slowing down. This movement looks almost too simple to work, which is why most people underestimate it. You lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the bed, your arms rest comfortably by your sides. Then very slowly, you let both knees fall to one side. Not forcing, not pushing, just letting gravity do the work. You pause there and breathe. Then you gently bring them back to center and let them fall to the other side. Japanese elders use this movement to gently unwind the spine. Throughout the day, your spine is compressed by sitting, standing, and gravity. This gentle side-to-side motion acts like wringing out a towel, helping the spinal discs rehydrate before sleep. It also massages the organs in your abdomen, which improves digestion and reduces that bloated, tight feeling many people get at night. As you breathe slowly while doing this, your nervous system starts shifting out of stress mode. Many elders say this movement alone helps them fall asleep faster because it tells the brain the day is done. What's powerful here is not how far your knees go. It's the slowness. In Japanese movement culture, slow equals deep. Fast movements work muscles. Slow movements work nerves, joints, and fascia. Fascia is the connective tissue that wraps around everything in your body. And as we age, it can become stiff like dried glue. Gentle bedtime movements soften it, restoring that youthful elasticity. After a few minutes of that, the body already starts to feel different, warmer, heavier in a good way. That's when you move into the second bedtime movement, one that Japanese elders swear by for knee health and circulation. You stay on your back, legs extended this time. Slowly, you point your toes away from you, then gently pull them back toward your face, over and over, like a slow wave. No strain, no forcing. This movement might look like nothing, but it's incredibly powerful. The calves are often called the second heart because they help pump blood back up to the heart. As we get older, circulation in the legs can slow down, leading to swelling, cramps, cold feet, and restless legs at night. This simple ankle movement activates that pump gently, improving blood and lymph flow before sleep. Japanese elders often do this while breathing deeply through the nose, imagining the breath traveling down into the legs. Over time, this movement can reduce nighttime leg cramps, improve foot mobility, and even help with balance during the day. Better circulation at night means your tissues get more oxygen and nutrients while you sleep, which translates into less stiffness in the morning. Many elders say this is why they wake up ready to move instead of needing an hour to loosen up. Now, here's something fascinating. In Japan, elders believe bedtime is when you prepare the body for tomorrow, not just for rest. That mindset changes everything. Instead of thinking, I'm too tired to move, they think, a little movement now gives me freedom tomorrow. That's why they never skip the third bedtime movement, which focuses on the hips. The hips are the center of the body's movement. When hips get tight, everything else suffers. Lower back pain, knee pain, poor posture, even shallow breathing can trace back to stiff hips. This movement is done lying on your back again. One knee bends toward your chest while the other leg stays relaxed. You gently hold the bent knee with both hands and make small circles, slow and controlled. Then you switch sides. This movement lubricates the hip joint and gently stretches the surrounding muscles without stressing them. Japanese elders don't yank the knee in or force a stretch. They move as if they're calming the joint, not challenging it. As you circle the knee, you may notice tight spots or resistance. That's okay. You breathe into it and keep the circle small. What this does before bed is incredible. It releases tension stored deep in the hips, which often holds emotional stress as well. Many people feel a sense of calm or even emotional release when they do this regularly. Physically, it reduces pressure on the lower back and knees. Neurologically, it tells the body it's okay to relax deeply. Over time, this movement supports smoother walking, easier stair climbing, and better balance. Now, by this point in the routine, something subtle but important happens. Your breathing naturally slows down, your shoulders drop, your jaw unclenches. This is where Japanese elders transition into a movement that looks almost like play, but has profound effects on posture and spine health. You sit up slightly in bed or remain lying down if that feels better, and you gently hug yourself. One arm wraps over the other, hands resting on your upper arms or shoulders. Then you slowly round your upper back as you exhale, like you're making yourself a little smaller. As you inhale, you gently open the chest, letting the arms relax outward slightly. This movement counteracts the rounded posture many of us develop from years of sitting, looking down, and carrying stress in the chest. But because it's done slowly and gently at bedtime, it doesn't overstimulate the nervous system. Instead, it restores mobility to the upper spine and ribs, improving breathing capacity. Japanese elders believe good breathing equals good life energy. When the ribs and upper back move freely, the lungs can expand more fully and oxygen reaches every cell more efficiently. Doing this movement before sleep improves oxygenation during the night, which supports brain health, memory, and mood. Many people are shocked when they notice their shoulders feel lighter after just a few repetitions. Over time, this can reduce neck and shoulder pain and even help with headaches that originate from tension. Now let's talk about the fifth bedtime movement, and this one might be the most important of all, especially if you deal with stress, poor sleep, or that constant feeling of being wired but tired. This movement focuses on the breath and the belly, an area Japanese elders consider central to health. You lie comfortably on your back, one hand resting on your chest, the other on your belly. You breathe slowly through your nose, feeling the belly rise under your hand as you inhale and gently fall as you exhale. The chest stays relatively quiet, the belly does the work. This is called diaphragmatic breathing. But in Japanese tradition, it's more than a breathing technique. It's a way of calming the mind and restoring balance to the nervous system. As we age, many of us breathe shallowly into the chest, which keeps the body in a low-grade stress state. Belly breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for rest, digestion, and healing. Japanese elders often combine this breathing with a subtle movement, gently rocking the pelvis or lightly tightening and releasing the lower abdomen as they breathe. This massages the internal organs, improves digestion, and supports the lower back. Over time, it can even help reduce belly tension and improve core stability without crunches or planks. What's beautiful about this final movement is that it doesn't feel like exercise at all. It feels like rest, and that's the point. When the body feels safe and relaxed, it heals more effectively. Growth hormone, which helps repair tissues and maintain muscle, is released during deep sleep. Melatonin, The sleep hormone rises when stress drops. By doing these movements before bed, you're creating the perfect internal environment for those hormones to do their job. Now, let me tell you something important. You don't need to do all of these movements perfectly. Japanese elders don't worry about perfection. They worry about consistency. 5 to 10 minutes every night is enough to see changes. Some nights you might feel stiff. Other nights you might feel fluid. Both are okay. The body changes day to day, and these movements meet it where it is. People often ask, how long before I see results? Many Japanese elders say they feel better sleep within the first week, less morning stiffness within 2 to 3 weeks, better balance and ease of movement within a month. But the biggest change is often how they feel emotionally, calmer, more grounded, more at home in their bodies. This bedtime ritual also creates a powerful psychological signal. When you repeat the same gentle movements every night, your brain learns that this sequence means it's time to rest. Sleep becomes easier, deeper, more restorative, and better sleep changes everything. Appetite regulation improves, inflammation decreases, energy returns. I want to be very clear about something. These movements are not about pushing through pain. If something hurts, you reduce the range or skip it. Japanese elders respect pain as information, not something to fight. That's why they're able to stay active for so long. They listen to their bodies. If you're thinking, this sounds too gentle to make a difference, I get it. We've been taught that harder is better. But the science of aging tells a different story. Gentle, regular movement that supports joints, circulation, and the nervous system is one of the most powerful tools we have for healthy aging. And doing it at bedtime amplifies the benefits. Imagine going to bed tonight feeling calmer than you have in years. Imagine waking up tomorrow with less stiffness and more confidence in your movements. Imagine knowing that you're doing something every night that supports your independence, your mobility, and your quality of life as you age. That's what these Japanese bedtime movements offer. If you try this tonight, go slowly, dim the lights, turn off distractions, treat it as a gift to yourself, not a task. Your body has carried you through decades of life. These few minutes are a way of saying thank you. And remember, aging doesn't have to mean shrinking, stiffening, or giving up. In many parts of Japan, aging means moving smarter, resting deeper, and living fully in the body you have right now. These bedtime movements are a small window into that wisdom. Let's talk about something most people completely misunderstand about aging, about strength, and about keeping your body alive and active past 60. Most people think that staying strong and moving well at 60, 70, or beyond means pushing yourself harder, going to the gym, lifting heavy weights, running, or following some complicated, aggressive exercise plan. They believe intensity is everything, that if you aren't sweating, you aren't growing, you aren't strengthening, you aren't doing enough. But here's the truth, and it's something the wisest elders, the ones who move fluidly into their 80s and 90s, understand deeply. The real secret isn't intensity, it's consistency. It's showing up every day, even for 5 minutes, even when you feel tired, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Because over time, those small, simple, daily rituals add up in a way that intensity alone cannot replicate. You see, when we're younger, our bodies respond quickly to bursts of effort. You can push hard in the gym, you can train aggressively, and your muscles, your joints, your nervous system bounce back. But as we age, our recovery slows, our tissues become less forgiving, and our joints become more sensitive. Pushing too hard too often doesn't just stop helping, it starts hurting. In fact, many people over 60 who try to chase high intensity end up with injuries, pain, frustration, and a belief that their body is failing them. And that's exactly why consistency is the better approach. Gentle, simple movements done daily, with mindful attention and a commitment to habit, create lasting change without risk. Imagine this. You do 5 minutes of a simple bedtime movement tonight. Just 5 minutes. It's slow, intentional, and gentle. You don't feel like you're doing much, and that's okay. Tomorrow you do it again. The next night again. Week after week, month after month, your body begins to remember how to move. Muscles that have stiffened start to reawaken. Joints lubricate. Balance improves. Core strength, which seemed impossible to rebuild at 60, slowly reemerges without the strain of heavy weights or complex routines. This is the principle the Japanese elders understand. They don't chase dramatic gains in a single day. They nurture their bodies consistently day after day, and the results are far more impressive than short bursts of extreme effort. Consistency also trains your mind as much as your body. Our brains are creatures of habit. When you do something simple every day, your nervous system begins to expect it, anticipate it, and cooperate with it. It becomes easier to move, easier to breathe deeply, easier to relax, and easier to recover. This isn't just physical, it's mental. You begin to feel in control of your body, not at the mercy of age. And this mental reinforcement is huge because a lot of what we consider loss of strength after 60 is actually a combination of fear, stiffness, and hesitation more than real weakness. Daily rituals repeated without stress or pressure quietly undo that fear. They rebuild confidence. They restore a sense of agency over your own movement and your own body. Let's think about the practical side for a moment. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need trainers or complicated schedules. All you need is a simple daily ritual. Maybe 5 movements before bed, maybe a few stretches when you wake up, maybe gentle breathing and pelvic mobilization on the floor for 10 minutes. The key is that you show up every single day. Just as the Japanese elders have been doing for generations, these small, repeated habits create a compounding effect. Think of it like saving money in a bank account. $1 won't make you rich, $10 might feel small, but $10 every day for years, that adds up into a significant sum you could never have imagined. Your body responds in exactly the same way. Small, simple daily habits create a foundation for long-term strength that no occasional intense workout ever could. Another important point is that these daily rituals teach your body to recover naturally. When you do high-intensity exercise sporadically, your body has to repair itself from damage. Recovery is forced, sometimes stressful, and it taxes your nervous system. But with simple daily rituals, the body is given what it needs every day in a gentle, manageable way. Joints stay mobile. Muscles stay engaged. Tendons and ligaments maintain elasticity. Circulation flows freely. Your nervous system gets the message that your body is safe, that movement is not a threat, and this encourages your body to rebuild strength continuously. It's almost like tricking your body into getting stronger without realizing it. And this is where most people make the mistake. They chase visible results, big muscles, ripped abs, flashy moves, without realizing that true long-term strength, especially after 60, isn't about what you see. It's about what you feel. It's about moving with ease, stability, and balance. It's about waking up without pain, climbing stairs without hesitation, picking up groceries without strain. Simple, consistent movements train exactly that. Over time, you develop muscle tone, core stability, improved posture, and flexibility, not by pushing yourself to the limit, but by respecting the limits of your body and showing up every day. Consistency also builds resilience in a way that intensity cannot. Think about life as it comes after 60. There will be days of fatigue, days of low energy, maybe small illnesses, maybe aches and pains. When your strength and mobility are built on intensity alone, these days knock you off course. You can't sustain them. But when your strength is built on habits, on consistency, you have resilience. You can miss a day or two without losing everything because the foundation is deep and broad. Daily rituals make your strength reliable, sustainable, and adaptable. Now let's talk about the psychological impact of these habits. There is something incredibly powerful about the simple act of showing up for yourself every day. When you commit to a bedtime routine of gentle movements or a morning routine of stretches and mobility exercises, you are sending a message to your subconscious mind. You are telling yourself that your body matters, that your health matters, and that you are willing to invest in it. That investment compounds over time. Not just physically, but emotionally. Many people over 60 find that their mood improves, their confidence rises, and even their sleep quality enhances, all because they have a predictable, gentle ritual that signals care and consistency. An important aspect of this is the adaptability of the routine. Life changes. Some nights you might feel tired, some mornings you might feel stiff, but a simple daily ritual can be modified without losing the core benefit. You don't have to do the full routine. You don't have to push. You don't have to struggle. You just have to show up. That is the essence of consistency over intensity. It removes the pressure, it removes the fear of failure, and it keeps you moving forward. The body in response grows stronger slowly but steadily. You can even layer these small rituals in ways that amplify their impact. For example, gentle stretches combined with breathing, followed by short mobility exercises, followed by mindful relaxation before bed. Each element supports the others. The movements prepare the body, the breathing calms the nervous system, the relaxation signals restoration. Over time, the synergy of these small, consistent steps produces results that no single intense workout ever could. And the beauty is it never feels like punishment. It never feels like strain. It feels like nurturing your body day after day until strength, mobility, and ease become natural. Another key factor is habit formation. When you do the same simple movement at the same time every day, your body and mind begin to expect it. Your nervous system begins to anticipate it. Your muscles prepare for it. Your joints remember it. And once it becomes a habit, consistency is effortless. You don't have to rely on willpower or motivation. The daily ritual becomes automatic, ingrained, and part of who you are. This is exactly why Japanese elders have maintained fluid movement and strength for decades. They are not extraordinary because they are doing extraordinary exercises. They are extraordinary because they have made daily rituals sacred and automatic. Consistency also allows for incremental progression. Once a movement becomes comfortable, you naturally deepen it, extend the time, or add slight variations. Because the habit is established, your body is ready to respond. You never have to rush, you never have to push, and yet progress continues. You never plateau because you're not forcing progress. The progress comes naturally, organically, as a result of daily care. And that is far more sustainable than short bursts of extreme effort that can lead to burnout or injury. And here's the part most people don't see coming. Consistency builds a sense of mastery. When you repeat a movement every day for months, you develop an intuitive understanding of your body. You notice subtle changes in strength, flexibility, balance, and posture. You can feel when a joint is tighter than usual, when your core needs more activation, when your nervous system is stressed. That self-awareness is the real strength. It's the kind of strength that keeps you independent, confident, and capable as you age. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You only need to listen to your own body and honor it daily. One of the most beautiful aspects of this approach is its inclusivity. It doesn't matter if you have chronic pain, arthritis, or mobility limitations. You can adapt these simple daily rituals to meet your needs. The Japanese elders are a perfect example of this. Many have arthritis or joint replacements, yet they continue moving fluidly well into their 80s and 90s. They don't chase intensity. They embrace consistency, adjusting movements to their capabilities, and the results are remarkable. Strength, balance, mobility, and independence are maintained far longer than in people who chase short-term intensity alone. Consistency also reduces fear. Many older adults fear falling, fear injury, or fear that their body is deteriorating too fast. Simple, repeated daily movements help counteract that fear. Each day you show up, your confidence grows. Each day, your body proves to you that it is capable, that movement is safe, that progress is possible. Over time, fear diminishes, and that alone improves movement quality. When fear is reduced, balance improves, coordination improves, and strength becomes practical, usable strength in daily life. And we can't overlook the compounding effect. Just like compound interest in finance, small movements done consistently multiply over time. 5 minutes a day might feel insignificant, but 5 minutes every day for a year is over 30 hours of dedicated movement. The cumulative effect is enormous. Your joints remain supple, your muscles retain tone, your posture improves, your breathing deepens, and your nervous system remains calm. The results may not be dramatic overnight, but over months and years, you build a level of strength, mobility, and resilience that is difficult to achieve with sporadic, intense workouts. This approach also nurtures recovery. After 60, recovery becomes as important as the workout itself. Simple, consistent daily rituals help maintain circulation, reduce stiffness, support joint health, and prepare the nervous system for restorative sleep. In other words, these habits ensure that your body heals while you sleep, making you ready for the next day without exhaustion or soreness. Intense bursts might create stress and strain that take days to recover from, but gentle consistency keeps the body in a state of ongoing repair and adaptation. And remember, aging doesn't have to mean shrinking, stiffening, or giving up. In many parts of Japan, aging means moving smarter, resting deeper, and living fully in the body you have right now. These bedtime movements are a small window into that wisdom.